So let it be written. So let it be done.
The new crypto play you need to know about is zero knowledge proofs, but what companies are in it, what companies are building it, and what companies are getting it. My private site's right here. If you want to find out more, watch this live stream that I did and check it out. Each week, I'm dropping the connected series and connected tissue. Let's get into the conversation. What we got to stop doing, folks, is waiting to buy something based on hype. When you buy something on hype, you're buying things based on what people are saying because they might have a motive to tell you that. I am making Plume videos and no one's talking about Plume other than 10 months ago. I'm the highest watched person on Plume right now because no one's talking about it, and that's fine. Watch the connected series. It will blow your mind. So as he was saying, Phantom Beach, cheap will not be the name. You better look in your wallet and see if you got 6 cents. Currently, it's 9 to 10 cents right now. 10 cents. So what happens? You buy something for 10 cents and it flips and before next year to $1. Forget next year. We keep watching the clock. What if you buy 10 cents now and we have RWAs that go in full force and effect and you hold it for 5 years and then it was worth $10 and you bought it for 10 cents? We got to start thinking. All right. All right. Let's see what we got here. We got Eve, the man of the hour. We got Eve, what he says. He says, for institutions to use the blockchain, will they have to solve the blockchain trilemma of security, stability? So I'm going to disagree with you in part and agree with you on two of the things you said. And this is how we should be in the United States of America. We should be able to have two different points of opinions, both of us to talk about it. E, I do not think that decentralization is any longer a thing that we have to push another thing to be successful. Crypto started with Bitcoin. The anonymity of it and the transparency of it in concept, that's exactly what it was. It was a concept. No one knew it was going to do this. And if they did know it, then they're a savant. They had foresight. Decentralization is wonderful for a lot of reasons. Decentralization keeps you from data breaches. The problem with these data breaches is we use the same technologies. That's why I'm telling you, it makes zero sense when people say, and I'm not hitting on XRP because I don't like XRP. XRP will be used because billions of dollars have been put into it by those big wigs. As long as people are putting billions of dollars in it, they don't care what us retail investors think about what's cool and what's popular. They're going to do that, follow the money. So XRP will be used, but let me just use XRP as my example. Everyone's not going to use XRP. That mentality has to die. And I know I shouldn't say that word, but you know I'm referencing the XRP narrative that everyone will use it. Let's just put it to the test to answer this question. Why would United States and Russia use the same technology? Why would China, Russia, United States use the same technology? Why would the EU, Australia, China, Japan use the same technology? The premise of it fails on face value. Logically, it makes zero sense. That's like having the Y2K bug for those a little bit older like me with a little gray in their beard. It's like the Y2K bug. It's like Microsoft exploits. You have centralization, you put your product at risk. Currently, right now, we know this is crazy, but we see the show Designated Survivor. Even right now, you don't put the Congress and all the president, vice president, all in one place, because if a terrorist was to make some type of attack, they will focus on centralized places. Now, I'm using these concepts to explain this conversation. The trilemma, the decentralization part, is great for security in itself, but it's not necessary. And that's the thing about it. Zero knowledge proofs is the technology that resolves the trilemma. Security through the mathematical algorithm that has not been broken. The scalability. Ethereum itself realized it's not scalable. And one of the reasons it's not scalable, XRP is telling you another reason it hasn't been as scalable. The XRP Ledger, as of September 22nd, 2025, told you they have to get more scalable for compliance, part of scalability isn't growth like this, folks. Scalability comes from regulation. I did a video that says how to detect good cryptos 2 years ago. I'll put it out in my next coming videos just to show you. I talked about it. I said, when you're identifying a crypto, regulation and legal compliance is necessary. And now we're here. I said that 2 years before, probably 4 years now, we ever had a regulation in XRP before the lawsuits. I told you that you have to have regulation. Scalability is multiple things. So to answer your question, E, the trilemma of security is necessary because that's part of compliance. Scalability is multiple things that create scalability. And I absolutely agree. If it's scalability technology-wise or scalability regulatory-wise, scalability has to be there. The decentralization, E, I agree in part that decentralization is smart. If I take my passcodes to my bank account and I put those on a piece of paper, and I take that piece of paper and I tear it in half, and I take that piece of paper and I tear it in half, and I mail those 4 pieces of paper to 4 different locations. And I tell the person, close my eyes, put those pieces of paper in a lockbox and bury them where only you know where the location is. That's decentralization. If I gave that passcode to E and I said, E, I just want you to bury the code, and everybody in our little group, I want you to take their codes and bury it. So one person says, I don't need to go find these other codes. I need to rush up in E's house, get that pew pew, threaten E's life, and say, E, you're going to give up that code, because if you don't, you won't be able to help nobody out. You hear what I'm saying? E, is your choice. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. You either give up the codes to everybody in your group, your centralized group, or you won't see the next day. Now, E is a smart man. E says, my life is more valuable than these people's codes. You can have it. Keep that, bro. You can keep it. That is what centralization does. My point I'm trying to make, though, E, is zkMe, zero knowledge proofs, zkSync, zero knowledge proofs, zk rollups, zero knowledge proofs. No matter how you say it, this mathematical algorithm that I will go through and explain how it works is the key to all 3 things. The zero knowledge proofs proves that you are knowledgeable and have access to the thing that you need access to without divulging personal information. It's like you go to a bank, and when you walk up, they know who you are. They recognize you. They know you're not a fake person. They know that you are the holder of the account, and you never even have to open your mouth to say a thing. That is the power of this mathematical concept called zero knowledge proofs. And it's been out since the 80s, but it's now conceptualized through blockchain. And that's what the use case is. So institutions need to have scalability, security, and they need to have a methodology for compliance. So that's the part I disagree with. Does it need to be centralized? Not necessarily. They could use a product, and zero knowledge proof is that product. Let me wrap up everything for you and bring this conversation to a head. I want you to stay connected and watch the connected tissue. My link's right there. You can see my private network, or you can go and get connected in my playlist in the series. Stay connected. Until next time, this has been Underdog Research Channel. Take care.
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Oh my God.
The juices will get